and a happy Christmas to you this Christmas Day. So here's my message for today. I want to think about people that are alone this Christmas. And just to be clear, being alone doesn't mean actually just being physically separated from others. Often you can be in a very crowded room and feel alone. But I want to point out that in the Bible, many of the great characters, even the heroes you could call them, spent time alone, with God, or in their own wilderness, trying to find their way. So being alone is part of our walk in faith. But I want to address those people that are sitting there today, probably watching this alone, and thinking, why am I here alone on Christmas Day? Why am I not with people? Why do people reject me? Why do people not love me? What do I do that repels them or keeps them away from me? Why am I not invited to the banquet, you could say, the feast of Christmas? Why do people keep their distance? How is it I used to be popular and now no one wants to be with me? Why is it one mistake in my past is held against me today? How come I'm constantly giving to others but no one seems to be giving back? Am I so difficult to be loved? Why can't I actually have someone spend time with me because they choose to be with me? Why is it no one's ever got my back when I go through things? I'm there for others but no one's there for me. Am I really hated that much that no one wants to be with me? I've been single for so long, I don't even know if there's anyone in the world for me. But I want to say, yes. You know, I was asked once about the concept of soulmates or twin flames, and, you know, is someone actually born for me? Has God born someone into this world for me? My perfect companion, my perfect friend, someone who's always there with me, supporting me, encouraging me, moving me forward, picking me up when I'm down, showing me love, caring for me, being there at the time I need them. And I say yes. God has put someone in the world for you. And even though you might not find them, or you've not found them so far, with all that hardship that you think you're going through, you're missing the important one, especially today. God did put a baby in the world, born for you. Whoever you are, whatever your background, whatever you've done, Christ was born for you. And yes, you sitting there saying no, not me. If Christ knew the things I've done and the things I've thought, he wouldn't want to come near me. I promise you, it's the absolute opposite. You're exactly who Christ would literally pick out in a room and want to sit with and spend time with and talk, and more importantly, listen. So this Christmas Day, if you're struggling, if you're finding that you just feel that no one in the world wants you, well, that's not true. That's why it is Christmas Day. Christ was born for you. So be available. Ask him to come into your life. Be ready to receive. And for the new year, perhaps you want to seek out someone, a person of faith, a Christian, a minister, even a friend, and just sit with them and ask them and say to them, I don't want to be alone anymore. I want to know Christ. I want to know him this day. And right now, you can simply ask that. After you watch this video, just say, Lord, reveal yourself. And then watch back, remember this video, and be prepared to see the magic come into your life from this point forward. Because God is magical. And I don't mean in the Hollywood sense. I mean in the way that he can create miracles from nothing. He literally took earth, he took the clay, and he made man. There is nothing in your life that God can't overcome. And even the storms that come against us. And yes, some of them can be damaging. Take a look at this. Even after a storm, things can be built, repaired, and made better, stronger, resilient for the future. So remember this day, God has a plan for you. He's just waiting for you to pick it up and receive it. Speaking of storms, let's just step outside for a moment. Well, obviously, as you can see, it's quite a storm here at the moment. But it's just amazing to be out there facing the elements, the wind, thankfully not the rain at this point, but just the sheer power of the storm that comes against us, the deafening noise so that we can't hear ourselves speak. As you could see, you couldn't hear me speak. But then the thing is, remember that moment when I stepped indoors, when I came into shelter, when I stepped out of that storm. And the relevance of this is just remembering that when Mary and Joseph were accepted in the stable, what a relief that is. See, they've been travelling, and obviously that uncertainty of not knowing when you're about to give birth, what's coming next, what do we do? When I came into the room, you could see how it's suddenly silent, and I can promise you it was warmer. To be out of the storm, to be sheltered. And that's something I think we don't look at. We look at all the possibilities where Jesus could have been, but he had what he was needing. It was provided. The Father gave him shelter, gave them shelter, so that he could be born in a humble environment, but safe and sheltered. I think the other thing to bear in mind is it might not seem the place to be born, a king born to us this day. See, God's plan is always a better plan. Even though we can't see it, even now, 2,000 years later, we look at it and say, well, why was he in a manger in a stable? How does that, how can this be the Son of God? But we're not looking with wisdom. The wisdom is they're safe. They're out of the storm. Now this Christmas, I want you all to remember that. I want you all to be sheltered from your storm. I want you to step out of that storm. The winds are still going on. You might even be able to hear them now. But we don't have to be in the storm. We can step out of it. We can step into our own shelter, into our prayer closet, and be present. Be still and know that I am God. Be present with the Lord. That's exactly what happened in that stable. Being present in the silence still of the night. So my blessing for you this Christmas is to find peace in a sanctuary. But that sanctuary isn't outside, it's within. Step into that kingdom. Find peace. Ignore your storm. And in that place of shelter, in that presence with the Lord, you'll find the strength to get up tomorrow, step back into that storm, and you'll command that storm. Remember, it was said, what manner of man is this, that the wind and the seas obey him? So this Christmas, I wish you a blessed Christmas out of your storm. No matter what your circumstances are, remember Christ has got this. You just simply have to step into Christ. Embrace that new life that you've been given. And you will be able to move forward into this new year with abundance, with health, prosperity, and above all, that sense of being part of that community that has a relationship with our God through Jesus, born this very Christmas. I wish you all a peaceful, joyous, and very happy Christmas. God bless.